Do yourself a favor. Let yourself feel good today, right now, no matter what's going on, no matter what. Even if you don't have everything you want, even if things aren't working out exactly the way you want them to, feel good today. Tap in, tap in to that universal love. Tap in to faith. Tap into knowing. Tap into that belief and knowing that the universe is working in your favor. Tap into that, even though you don't think you're perfect yet. Even though you might not be responding and reacting in life to certain situations or circumstances the way you think you should yet. Give yourself mercy. Forgive yourself. Believe in yourself. Give yourself a break. You deserve it. We're here to enjoy the abundance of this world and to just have a love for life. We are eternal. This isn't it. This is not the end. We're not just here for a blink of an eye and it's done. There's so many people who believe that. You know, when I get on Facebook and I see my friends, well, you better enjoy it. It's going to be over soon, and all these different memes. It's just, it makes me, it makes me, I just cringe. I have to just go past it. Yeah, you know what? This life is brief. More brief for some than others. Some people live 3 minutes. Some people live to 103. And we don't know what's going to happen. But we need to embrace the unknown. That's half the excitement. And, believing that we live eternally and knowing that. Don't you feel like when you were born, from the minute you can believe, as far back as you can believe, didn't you feel like you were eternal? Didn't you feel like you were forever? I did. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not everybody has had that feeling. But I always had this sense of eternity, of permanence within me in my life. And it wasn't because my family instilled that. I mean, I'm just talking as a little kid, just growing up. Uh, so realize everything's working out in your favor, that you're loved. Give yourself love, because until you do that, you can't really love anybody else. Give yourself forgiveness, because until you forgive yourself, you can't forgive anybody else. I know you heard this analogy a million times, but just like on a plane, if the plane is having difficulties and it has to make an emergency landing, if the oxygen masks drop, the flight attendants tell you to put your mask on first before you try to help anybody else. Because if you're not in any shape to take care of anybody else, you can't help yourself or anyone. So it's important to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself first. And they call that selfishness in this world. But that's not selfishness. That's common sense. We have to care about our emotional state, our mental state, our financial state, our everything. We have to care about ourselves. And by care, I don't mean worry. See, that's the thing. I don't even like the word care sometimes. We have to be compassionate, and we have to be cognizant, and we have to pay attention to things. We have to be aware of our thoughts. We have to be aware of our thoughts, and we have to be aware where those thoughts are taking our emotions, or where those emotions are taking our thoughts, because they're hooked together and it's like a cycle. They just go round and round. And if we're not paying attention to that, we can get taken, we get just follow those thoughts, and we can go down this rabbit hole of darkness and despair and fear and self-loathing and being angry at the world and all that stuff. If we just follow a single thought, and then we don't pay attention to it, it could lead us down a place where we're just being negative and angry, and we're wasting the whole day. When we could be manifesting and looking for the good and turning bad situations into opportunities, we're just cursing the world and cursing ourselves. That doesn't do anybody any good. Cheers. Yeah, and it's not just money that I'm saying to take care of. It's emotionally, it's mentally, it's physically too. It's another thing. You don't have to be a gym rat, but it's good to get out in nature. It's good to take walks. It's good to, excuse me, do some stretches, do some yoga, do some, whatever it is that you find fitting for your lifestyle, that you find, um, sustainable, something that you can sustain and do on a consistent level. Because, when we try to do things that are way above us, like I'm going to go to the gym every day, I'm going to lift this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to most of that's like the New Year's resolutions. Most people just end up quitting those things because they're unsustainable. So find something you like, something you enjoy, or at least something that doesn't annoy the crap out of you, and do and do that. As far as physical health is. Another thing, make a big deal out of the things that go your way. Make a big deal out of the little things. Make a big deal when there's no traffic. Oh man, normally there's a bunch of traffic. There's no traffic today going to work. You know what? I hit every green light. Or I only got one red light. Normally I get 6 of them and I only got one today. Be like, that's great. That's cool. You find $1 on the ground. Be like, hey, I'm abundant. Look at that. I found $1. Yeah, I know it's not going to like change your life, but you know what? The thought could change your life because that thought of being abundant, that thought of feeling lucky, if you want to say luck, you know, or that source is watching out for you. It's a little glimmer. It's a little, I think my wife calls them glamours or something like that. Or maybe it's a glimmer. I'm not sure. I think it's a glimmer. But it's like these little tiny things that are joyous that happen to us on occasion or throughout the day. And the more we notice those, we shouldn't look for them. That's the thing too. I think looking for signs is attaching, and when we detach and don't expect it, and just live from a place of joy and peace, and a feeling already of that the universe is taking care of me or source is taking care of me. That those kind of things just show up. Somebody's really nice to you. You go to buy a cup of coffee, and the person waiting on you is very friendly and sends you off feeling good. Gives you a compliment. That's beautiful. If you feel like grateful about those little things like that, the more we build that kind of a vibe in us that we're thankful and we're grateful and we're looking for the good things instead of just meditating and ruminating on the bad, the more that stuff starts rolling into our lives, man. It's true. So yeah, I know Abraham Hicks said, not said, but says, she says, when you wake up in the morning, as soon as like catch your mind before it runs off, because our minds will when we wake up, our minds will run off in a million different directions. What about this? What about that? My legs are getting bit up, and we'll go down this once again a rabbit trail of worry and fear, and we've only been up for a minute and a half. She says it takes 17 seconds for one thought to lead into another thought. So if we start our day with a negative thought and give it 17 seconds, it's going to give birth to another negative thought. And then that thought's going to keep, and then whatever, you get it. But if you wake up and you catch your mind and you deliberately set it on a path of thankfulness, gratefulness, peace, and if you can't be ecstatically happy, at least be okay with it. Be like, you know what? There's some tough things I got to do today, but it's all right. I got this. The universe got my back. It's going to be all right. And when you get over some of those difficult tasks, take a moment and check in with yourself. See how you're feeling. See how your emotions are feeling, and then if you're feeling a little stressed, if you're feeling a little edgy, give yourself a moment. Do some deep breathing. It's always good to breathe in, like whatever you do, for whatever, however long you breathe in for, breathe out twice as long. If it's 3 seconds, breathe out for 6. If you do that, it resets your vagus nerve, and it really does bring a sense of calm and peace into your body. So yeah, check in with yourself during the day. And don't feel a need to control the circumstances. When you feel like you have to control the circumstances, then you're going to feel out of control, because none of us really can control that stuff. Things are going to happen around us. People are going to say things, do things that we don't agree with. Don't watch the news. For the love of God, don't watch the news. Those medical commercials that come on TV every 5 minutes when you're watching it? When a medical commercial telling you to ask your doctor about a drug comes on, mute it. Don't listen to that stuff. I'm serious. That stuff just seeps into our brain and makes us worry and makes us question. And it just creates a sense of fear, anxiety, worry, whatever you want to call it, depending on what level it hits you at. Yeah, don't let that stuff affect you. There's nothing you can do about most of the things you hear on television, on the news, or anyhow. Let it go. I mean, stay aware. You want to know if there's a tornado in your area or something. But other than that, you don't need to know about what this politician said about this situation and all that. Like, seriously, just let that stuff go. I used to pay so much attention to that, and I am so much happier since I don't. If what you're believing and thinking is going against your desires at any moment during the day, you're not going to feel good. You'll know when you start feeling bad. As soon as you start thinking negative stuff that makes you feel bad, you're going against what you really deep down believe. Or deep down, there's a knowing that things could be better, that things are going to be better. But you're ruminating on negativity instead. And that will make you feel just sad, angry, envious, whatever. All those things maybe at the same time. So it's important that you protect your joy, protect your peace, protect your love for life. Wake up every day loving your life. Look for the good. Enjoy.